Ujor nagaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Ki nongelam kaseng Congress hanekasni hapo ke jingelam u President ka Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee uba Vincent Pala kila ya kendu ya Lamphang yang Dorbar Thaw kajella uba medba langdo ban Ujor halor ke Jingmih no jong ki khat arngut ki MLA ka Congress bat penyeso sya ka TMC. Haba keren bet kinong to kubor hadin belade ban IT ya ke jingto ha Lamphang ki yang Dorbar Thaw na kaliang kinong elam kaseng Congress kila penpau ba kila kentu ya Lamphang ke yang Dorbar Thaw ban pendu no ya ke jinglong MLA jong ki khat arngut ki MLA Congress ki bala penyeso sya kaseng TMC katkum katen scheduled ki ngets kamru ba Lamphang ki yang Dorbar Thaw un snap ya ke jing Ujor jongki bat pendu no ya ke jinglong MLA jong kini ki khat arngut ki MLA Congress ki bala lej ban penyeso ya lade sya ka TMC.
That Madam have already been explained each and every point, for today meeting from our side with Honorable Speaker. The case is very clear that we have lodged complaint today. From our side that we have 5 MLA. You may thought that it seems another 2 have been defected and joined TMC. It's not like that because they only have a program. 5 regional. Yeah. 5 we are very, all the 5 we are very much firm. We will remain with Congress. Then for our complaint, that we have only been request Honorable Speaker that the case is very clear that all 12 MLAs, that is a friend from our side, they will get disqualification.
Members of the region.
Based on the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. You see, the case here is very clear that the Honourable Speaker, we expect that they have to take a wise decision and disqualify all the 12. The main reason I would like to put forward right now, Pakistan said, even Honourable President, even Kamala Parin. So, because I think that from the side of 12, they have already meeting with the press and told you that this is the measure of the 12 to attend TMC, All India Congress Party merger. You see, when you're talking about the merger, the merge of 12, with the state ITMC here in Meghalaya. But as of today, the TMC have not access here. But it seems that the merger have only been taking place at national level. So when you're talking about the national level, here the case is quite clear that it's not convincing to all of us. When talking about the merger, it seemed that right from the president of All India Congress Committee, working president, all members of the All India Congress Committee, the whole country we have, it seemed to have only merged. Because here there is a weak point here. They have used the word merger. Merger is a weak point. Weak point in the sense that because they cannot claim merge. When they claim merge with the whole party, like Dr. Chan has already said, noun the case of merger only from here, merger only 12 ML2 to the All India Congress, not with others. Second, even if you use the word split, you split noun the main important. We're talking about the split. That's why I think the case is very clear. They will get disqualified all 12. Even the split. If you're talking about the split should be the national level. We are the national party. When the split took place, it should take place in national, not only in local, not only in the state itself. That's why I tell you this. The case is very clear that will disqualify all the 12. Then the third one, which I have already been put forward from our side, because this case it will be happening in the future to other political party. We have already informed the Honourable Speaker that from the side of the Congress leadership party, that 5 MLAs, we have took a decision that we will write to him, that he will request him to convene a special session to discuss only for this subject of disqualification. We only request Honourable Speaker to give us a chance before you take a decision. Like we all remember, even during the time of Sangma, when he left from the Congress and joined with the NCP, session is there. Even other cases already happen like that. But we request for this case also. For this case also allowed us to present on the floor of the house and discuss and give our point, because we will take a decision that they will merge. Not my Congress committee will not merge with TMC. They will not take decision. Even Omroy, even that this Mosen Dam and others, they have not taken. That is the point, the main point of the 10th schedule. Once you merge many important from the block, even the central unit, you have to take a decision that will merge with the new party. There are many points here, because according to the information what we received as of today, on the 7th of 12, they just submitted the petition without have any due comment. That's the reason why we tell you that this case is very clear, that all our friends, our 12, will be disqualified according to the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India.
Dual position is a win-win situation.
Dual post.
Dual position. Office of Profit, I think you remember.
Dual post vis-a-vis.
Yes.
Officer.
A win-win situation, and by the end, we success in our fight.
We came up.
And we come up, yes. So I think that this case also will be the same case. So at the end we will come out. So see, I have only one question. That as per the 10th schedule, when the original party merge with another party, it will not be in place until and unless 2/3 from the parliamentary party come out. My question is very simple. When our original party has merged with TMC, when the Indian National Congress Party has merged with the TMC, no. The question of 2/3 does not arise. The question of 2/3 does not arise as the original party has not merged with the TMC. I think you get my point. It is very clear. The 10th schedule clearly mentioned that when the original party merge with any party, it will come into place only when 2/3 of the parliamentary party merge. The question is, if the original party has not merged, there is no question of 2/3. So that's why I told you that, as our advocates already briefed you, that we are very much confident that we will come up with this, that the Speaker may consider or request to disqualify them on the 10th schedule. No, we have only one original party, that is INC. When INC merged with the TMC, that is a question of 2/3. The question of 2/3 does not arise until unless the original party, the parents party, merge. That is my lesson.
Looking at the concern of not less than 2/3, not less than 2/3 of the members of the legislature party concerned. So we need to ask them, where are the agreements? Have they ever met? Has the CLP discussed this matter? On what grounds have these individuals decided to freelance and just simply abandon and betray the Congress party? The other, this whole question of 2/3 shall also be subsequently again investigated upon by us, because we feel that associates, we don't know whether associates can be, whether they are legal, whether there were resignation letters. We don't know what documents have been submitted to the office of the Honorable Speaker. We would therefore we have therefore through this petition requested to the Speaker to share this information with us, because as far as the Congress party is concerned or the public is concerned, everything has been tight-lipped, hurried, and we don't know exactly what is the kind of documents they have submitted. Nobody is sharing documents with the media. We don't know what they're saying. what were the grounds for this so-called merger. So we feel that a merger needs to be evaluated before it is accepted, because we still see no parent body for them to merge with. And as far as their original party is concerned, we don't know who they spoke to. Where were these letters of dissent? Was there any formal dissent? So we are saying that this whole question of less than 2/3 should be again looked at under stipulation under para 4 of the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. Leaders of this caliber. The other thing is that we now seem to have a grey area of understanding as to whether these people have left the Congress and gone to TMC. Have they filled forms with the TMC? When did they fill these forms? Do they attract anti-party activity by the Indian National Congress? What is this relationship that is going on? Or has it just been simply a going and coming of their own convenience? They need to be asked these questions, and they are answerable to us legally as well. Now, I reiterate, where is this political party in the state of Meghalaya? Maybe we, the citizens of Meghalaya, don't know yet. But the merger seems to appear as if there have been efforts being put in by this party for these people to call it a merger. Who are they merging with? In the Legislative Assembly, there seems to be no merger. Please go back to the history of Meghalaya. The late Purno Sangmaji, when he defected from the Congress, he went nationally, where he had leaders of the National Party also merging and creating this new group called the NCP. In this situation, what is the background of this merger? We need to question. Are there any grey areas, and are these grey areas quantifying to a disqualification? We have also said that para 2 needs to be read in total, and its interpretation of this so-called merger of the 12 MLAs of the Congress should be questioned. We hope that this will be heard by the office of the Honorable Speaker of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. We are also now looking at para 6 of the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India, whether or not these members have done all that is necessary before they decide to just simply jump ship, because they've been talking about this jump ship analogy for a very long time. So this again we need to figure out, which is the original political party, which is the political party that they belong to, where are they going, how are they going. So these again are very grey areas which we feel will give us enough matter to justify this petition, to study the legality of a merger. Should be, they have to answer and determine the question of fulfillment of so many considerations. Whether or not this has been done, we'll only get to know once we get copies of their submissions to the Speaker's office, and a subsequent response individually. So we also feel that it is important to look at the Indian National Congress Party in the state of Meghalaya prior to the calling of the recently held by-elections. So is it a number of 17? Is it a number of 19? Is again something which our legal team will now be arguing. Did Ampreen go? So do not toy around. Who was witness to these meetings? You see, when we say we do not want to toy around anymore, fishing, everybody fishes when the season of fishing is on. But how many fish do you catch on that hook is more important.
Yeah, because as politicians, many people will meet you. It doesn't mean if I go and meet any politician, that means maybe if he try to convince us, we try to convince them, that means we will go.
Correct.
So the other person, we have the right to meet everybody, and if somebody give us a presentation, their views, their ideas, I think there's no harm of listening to anybody. But whether you take a decision or not, that's more important.
Ma, as President, we have petitioned our case and placed it before the perusal of the Honourable Speaker. When we have to take up the respondents one by one, we shall disclose and discuss the issue with the presence of the Honourable Speaker. We cannot let every trick out. We cannot let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
But we are saying, as of today, we don't know who to petition against, because as far as TMC is concerned, there is no address, there is no telephone number, there is no president, there is no vice president, there is no structure of that party. Trust in this filing of our petition is to ensure that we give an opportunity also to the Speaker's office to review the 10th schedule and the adaptation of rules of the 10th schedule by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly in the long run, so that the 10th schedule is not being played around by political ploys of this kind. There will never be peace, there will never be strength in governance if every individual groups of people will start tearing down even the 10th schedule. This will be an opportune opportunity for the office of the Honourable Speaker. Everybody has the conception that because nobody questioned that merger then, we should not question it today. And we have to question it today to stop it from reoccurring tomorrow. So we put a full stop here. Can you...
Fine. Under the provisions of paragraph 6 of the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India, read with the provisions of Rule 6 and other provisions of the members of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, disqualification on ground of defection rules 1988. And we have also put up a prayer, and I'll just read the prayer that the office of the Speaker will be pleased to take up such procedural measures as mandated under Rule 7 of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly disqualification grounds of defection rules 1988, and to declare the respondents, that is the member in relation to whom this application has been filed, to have suffered suffered disqualification under the 10th schedule. Like what the party president has indicated earlier, we would not like to disclose too much about our strategy as to how we're going to press further. But according to our legal think tank, we have a very good case, and this will be a very unique case. And we always think that this is a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation for a party. And professionally, I'm here not as a political person. And again, I like to say that we will not like to disclose too much our trump cards. And at the right time, right place, we're going to do it. And I feel that from now onwards, we're going to work a little bit harder. And further, I'd like to reiterate that I think it will not be a good case where we should divulge the application. That Mr. President has indicated that the soft copy will be forwarded to you. But I think we have to think on that, whether we should give it to you or not.